Good morning. All right, we're going to do this fourth section here today. Glamour on upon the higher mental planes, the dweller on the threshold. We've gone through glamour on the mental, astral, and etheric levels so far, right? And then now we're going to really combine them and see what it's like for somebody on the path and how it's wrapped. We will now touch very briefly upon the problem of the dweller on the threshold. This dweller is often regarded as a disaster, as a horror to be avoided, and as a final and culminating evil. I would remind you, nevertheless, that the dweller is the one who stands before the gate of God, who dwells in the shadow of the portal of initiation, and who faces the angel of the presence open-eyed, as the ancient scripture calls it. The dweller can be defined as the sum total of the forces of the lower nature as expressed in the personality prior to illumination, to inspiration, and to initiation. The personality at this stage is exceedingly potent, and the dweller embodies all the psychic and mental forces which down the ages have been unfolded in a man and nurtured with care. It can be looked upon as the potency of the threefold material form prior to its consecration and dedication to the life of the soul and to the service of the hierarchy of humanity and God and humanity. The dweller on the threshold is all that a man is, apart from the higher spiritual self. It is the third aspect of divinity as expressed in the human mechanism, and this third aspect must eventually be subordinated to the second aspect, the soul. So it's the third aspect, which is would be active intelligence. As expressed in the human mechanism. Okay. The two great contrasting forces, the angel and the dweller, are brought together face to face, and the final conflict takes place. Again, you will note that it is a meeting and a battle between another and higher pair of opposites. The aspirant has, therefore, three pairs of opposites with which to deal as he progresses towards light and liberation. The pairs of opposites, one on the physical plane, the dense and the etheric, fought out upon the path of purification. Two on the astral plane, the well-known dualities fought upon the path of discipleship. And on the mental plane, three, the angel and the dweller fought upon the path of initiation. I should judge, given you enough to ponder upon. I would close it, however, by pointing out to you the very practical nature of that which I have communicated, and would urge you to find out in your own practical experience the nature of the battle you have each to fight. To aid you in this, I am going to help you in one very definite way. It will be of service to you if I can indicate to you, if I indicate to you, each of you, the rays which govern your threefold personality. You will then be in a position to handle yourselves with greater wisdom, to trace more easily the causes of difficulty, and to study more intelligently the effect you may have upon each other and upon those those you contact in daily life. I will elaborate in detail the training which should be given to each of the three bodies, taking one of the vehicles at a time and explaining the problem facing each of you in relation to that particular vehicle and assigning a meditation which will enable you with greater facility to handle the personality from that specific angle. Well, this will be interesting. I'm not quite sure if he's talking about his group right now, or if he's talking to all of us. So we're about to find out. And if he's not talking about all of us, it's on us to figure out and study the rays and see where we believe our bodies might fall in that in the ray structure. You will note from the above that it is therefore my intention to give you a much more careful and intensive training. Will you profit by it? In the interim, and in order that you can apprehend the truth of what I shall later tell you, will you study yourselves with care during the next 6 months and see if what I later suggest is not true? Use the information given in a treatise on the 7 rays as your guide in this self-analysis. I would remind you that the rays govern the 3 bodies in the following order. Ray 1, rays governing the mental body are 1, 4, and 5. The astral bodies are 2 and 6, and the physical body is 3 and 7. Thus, you will note that all the rays play their part in the mechanism of man, making all circumstances the vehicles of opportunity, and all conditions the medium of development. This statement as to the governing rays is a statement of an infallible rule, except in the case of accepted disciples. As you read and study, you would find it of value to reflect upon and then to answer the following questions. What is the relation of the intuition to the problem of illusion? What is the manner, in what manner can illumination dispel glamour, and how can it be brought about? And 3, define Maya and give your understanding of inspiration as a factor in dispelling it. Now, this is a recap of this first section here. And this, what is the relation of the intuition to the problem of illusion? Well, that's what's going to dispel it, right? And then illumination dispels glamour. So it's from the top down, the Buddhic plane into the mental plane, and the mental into the astral. And Maya is oh, that's a good one there. I don't remember necessarily talking about inspiration. Well, I remember talking about it, but I don't remember what was discussed. Interesting. I have purposely not elucidated this technique as I sought to draw out your own ideas. So, by all means, let's draw out our own ideas. I would urge you to follow the group meditation with care. It is of deep importance to the group in the interest of integration and real spiritual cooperation. The full moon work will likewise increase in importance. Later will come facility in recognizing and recording the nature of the glamour to be dissipated and aptitude in seeing the process of light distribution. The process of light distribution would be very helpful, wouldn't it? Being able to see that, and that would be, I would imagine that would be on some, etheric vision. Potentially. Well, that was that's the end of section 1. And I think we leave it there and we start a new video. If you have any questions about meditations, by all means, we're here. I'm here, and I'm more than happy to talk about meditation and suggest certain meditations that I have found to be quite helpful and powerful. And there are some Raja Yoga meditations that I've found to be very powerful that are available on YouTube. And there's Michael Robbins did some meditations called Seeds of the Infinite on the Moria Federation YouTube channel, and they are very powerful. He goes very deep, and it's fantastic. So, all right, well, we'll leave it here, and we'll get to doing we'll get into section 2 here soon. All right. Let's see what I have to do here.